This is CHSR 97.9 FM here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. This is Python's Paradise, your film and music show, and this is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, I'm under the impression I've got a return guest on here. And she's been on here a couple times before, but I swear that this is I guess I can officially call an official redneck. This is my redneck guest. I know it because every time she talks, I just picture Jeff Foxworthy pointing the finger in her direction. Folks, I have someone who was in the movie Oculus, and she appeared in Footloose, the remake one, and other projects on the go as well. Folks, I give you Skye Lesa Johnson. How you do, Skye?
I'm doing great. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing fine. You was telling me you got a hole in the ceiling. Is that a redneck thing?
I guess it must be. Yeah, I got a hole in my roof, and then some of my ceiling fell.
What happened? Were you dancing?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
Probably dancing too hard on the roof.
Yeah, that's what happened?
Yeah, I had to show off for the neighbors, you know.
Yeah? You know, when you told me you was from Alabama and I heard your accent, all I kept thinking about was Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff.
Okay, here's your sign.
I got a test to find out if you're a redneck. This, of course, is courteous of Jeff Foxworthy. I will not take credit for these jokes. It is his brilliant mind that come up with these. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. Shoot.
This is the Jeff Foxworthy test to find out if you're a redneck. Do you own a home that is mobile and 14 cars that aren't?
No.
Oh, gee. Does your iron board double as a buffet table?
No.
I'm putting down hesitant. Have you been on television more than 5 times, describing what the tornado sounds like?
No.
Folks, I'm not believing anything she's telling me here right now. Do you use a bar stool as a walker?
Oh, no.
Have you ever been too?
I love this.
Have you ever been too drunk to fish?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's one.
No, yes.
Have you ever cut your grass and found a car? Oh, another one you have to think about.
Yeah, I was pretty tall that time. It's a long time ago. When you have, a field as your yard.
Speaking of which, does directions to your house include turn off the paved road?
Yeah.
Now, folks, we're getting the truth. Do people come on your property mistakenly thinking you're having a yard sale? Another pause, folks. Do you think fast food is hitting a deer at 65 miles an hour?
Exactly. My mother will go off the side of the road just to hit a turkey.
Did you ever see a sign that said, "Say no to crack," and it reminds you to pull your jeans up?
No.
See, I'm testing you here. This is all courtesy of...
You are. You definitely pushing it.
Well, I can't take credit for this. Jeff Foxworthy really wrote the handbook to find out if a person's a redneck.
He did, didn't he?
He did.
Jeff is hilarious.
Yes.
Great comedian.
Do you own a complete set of salad bowls and they all say Cool Whip on the side?
No.
Now, you hesitated again. Did,
I'm like my mother. I keep that stuff, and just in case I need to put food in for somebody who wants to take leftovers.
okay, that's a yes. Did you smoke during your wedding?
No.
Did you ever stare at a carton of orange juice because it said concentrate?
No. There's some good ones. This is good.
Oh, yeah.
This is a hard test. Hard test.
Have you ever bought lingerie at a yard sale?
Oh, no.
Is the biggest city you have ever been to is Walmart?
No.
Is the most popular phrase in your house is come jiggle the handle?
Okay. Yeah. Got me with that one. Yes. Or hey, somebody forgot to jiggle the handle.
Does going to the
the note on the door.
Does going to the bathroom at night involve shoes and a flashlight?
No.
Does the UFO hotline limit you to one call per day?
No.
See, I'm testing you here, you know.
So far, it's a lot of no's.
Oh, this one here is just insulting. Did you miss 5th grade graduation because you had jury duty?
That is bad. That is funny, but no. Oh, God, that is hilarious. Oh, you gotta love Jeff Foxworthy. He's a trip.
Yep.
Oh, good Lord. I ain't no telling. How many are there? 100?
I don't know.
Go for it.
I must have listened. I've listened to a lot of Jeff Foxworthy, and he's one of the cleaner comedians out there, you know. And like I said, I got to credit Jeff Foxworthy for this, and I love his.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's one. Have you ever taken an RV to a drive-in movie?
No, but I have been with friends back many years ago that did.
Okay, you know what? You can't blame your friends. You were part of that group, so that means yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I really like Jeff Foxworthy, and I hear you talk, and I'm not saying this to be insulting because I know you're taking this pretty well, but I wouldn't do this if you didn't. But yep. I like people say I have an accent. I don't know it, but then again, I wouldn't know it. You know, you kind of notice the accents in other people.
Yeah, when I could speak to someone one time on the phone,
Yeah.
and the next time they don't even have to see the number, name, or whatever, and they know it's me as soon as they hear my voice. And they never met me or whatever, really don't know me, but they still remember me from my voice. And every time I hear that, I think of the nanny.
What, Fran Drescher?
Yeah.
Are you serious? She don't sound like a redneck. I won't say what she...
I didn't say she sounded like a redneck. She's got that standout voice.
Yep.
You recognize as soon as you hear it. And anyway, that's what I get all the time. But when somebody tells me that, I think of the nanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said your voice just stands out. I'm like, oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. What's the next one?
Oh, we're done with Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, we are?
We're done promoting Jeff Foxworthy. I'm convinced you're a redneck.
Yeah, I'm a redneck.
Yes. You're a redneck. You're not going to convince me. And I guarantee you, how many kids you have?
2.
They're both going to agree that you're a redneck.
Yes, they would. I actually have snake-proof, waterproof boots, and I love them boots. And when I go up in the field or anything, I wear those boots just in case, because it's all grown up and everything. So anyway, and everybody makes fun of me, but when we go mud riding, I would wear those boots too.
Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
Do you own an above-ground pool and you fish in it?
No. That's a good one.
Did you think you were going to get bombarded with this?
Oh my gosh.
We have to figure out too, because you were in the movie Oculus. We got to figure out whether Annalise Basso, who was just a young tyke in that movie, we need to figure out whether she's a redneck. She
was very young, and she has grown up since.
Yeah, I'm looking at her stats here. She's 20 now. Gee, where'd the time go?
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't dye her hair. I hate it when people red hair dye their hair a different color. Like, keep your red hair. Yeah.
Yeah, her hair is beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a niece that has red hair, and it's just gorgeous.
What's that?
I have a niece. She has red hair, and it's gorgeous.
Okay. Yeah, she played the young version of Karen Gillan, speaking of gorgeous red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we need to keep them with their red hair.
Definitely. I hope they don't change their hair color, because they really don't need to.
Well, I remember Lauren Holly did that with Dumb and Dumber. She looked so stunning in Dumb and Dumber. And then she had her blonde and brunette, and I was like, she looked great as a redhead.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. The red is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was in. Reason I ask about Annalise Basso, because whether she's redneck, she was in Captain Fantastic, and she definitely did some redneck stuff in that.
I haven't seen that, but. Hey, that is very questionable. She might be.
She might be a redneck.
She might be a redneck.
I'll have to look and see if she's got other redneck movies. But Captain Fantastic was actually a really good movie, and it was probably I don't know, probably the best work she's done. It's definitely a standout film. I did like Oculus, but I did not care much for the ending of it, which I won't give away. But yeah, she was in Oculus.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
Yeah, I call me old-fashioned, but I like to see good vanquish evil. It doesn't have to be running around holding hands, singing a song, happy ending. But I still prefer good over evil.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. You just had that small part in that, but it was memorable.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I was in that chair for 5 hours. It was to get all ghouly and ugly, and I didn't think they'd ever get done with me. And then after we was done filming, at the time I didn't know I actually had a dislocated shoulder, and I had been in pain for quite some time. But anyway, when they went to take everything off of me, and it was pulling on my skin, it was actually pulling on my nerves, and so it was like really painful. But I got through it. But it just seemed like it took longer to get it off than the 5 hours to put it on at that time.
Yeah. Did they ask you if you were redneck?
They did. Actually, was eating some barbecue, sitting around. All of us was eating barbecue, and I had slaw on my barbecue sandwich.
Okay.
So, nobody had ever seen that, and I said, "Well, that's how we eat it around here. You know, you put the slaw on top of your barbecue in your sandwich." And so everybody else started. I think they started doing it. Seems like they did. Not sure. Can't remember. It's been such a long time. But anyway, we talked a lot about stuff that was in the South, and
Okay.
it was interesting to a lot of the people that was there that was new to the South. So it was interesting to see their expressions.
Like whose expressions?
I can't remember who all was sitting around the table that day. It seemed like Annalise was. And
Yeah,
Karen
well, Annalise is trying to learn to be, learn the part because she had Captain Fantastic coming up. She needed to take some notes from you.
I guess so. Go ahead and take notes from a real Southern girl.
Yep.
Here, let me see what a redneck really does.
Annalise does a great job in that movie. I gotta say, it's a drama movie,
I'm
but
sure she does.
it's this family that kind of lives out in the woods, and the wife of the Viggo Mortensen character passes away, and they've got to travel by this bus that they all have, and travel to her family and this and that, and there's some situations involving whether the children should be raised by him and whatnot, and it's a real survivalist movie. I liked it. There's some funny moments in it, and there's some real sensitive moments in it. But I've seen Annalise, of course, in Oculus, and I've seen her in other stuff as well. But she did. This was a step up for her, I think, as far as this was a drama project for her. So.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I'm sure she did great in it.
Yeah, and
But
she
I
was.
haven't seen that.
Yeah. So they did well cast her as the younger Karen Gillan, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did her and Karen think of your sandwich?
There was why are you doing that? And so I said Southern things, and
Yeah.
easier to eat instead of having all separate on your plate, I guess. But
Yeah.
and even some people that was actually from Georgia was there, sitting at the table, and they were like, I've never ate mine that way. I've never thought of it. So I guess I taught them something that day.
There you go. Well, you have to have an influence.
Yes, this is true.
There you go.
Do. Even if it's a redneck eating influence.
That's right. No, what, other than that, what other memories do you have from, how many shooting days was that for you? Because that was not a very big part, but of course memorable.
Let me see. I think I spent 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
Seems like all together. Yeah. From what I remember, it was 4 or 5 days. So, but when I got glued up, that was like 1 full day and late into the night.
So I take it that was a night shoot, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely a very late night shoot. And we started very early that morning, and my part came up very late that night. But it took a long time, like I said, to work on us especially get me ready. And it was nasty, but it was fun. It was really fun to do, though.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at your IMDb. You're about a year older than me.
Well, do you thank you?
I didn't know
Did you say that?
So who did up your IMDb? Did you do that?
I did.
Okay. I got one now too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to pull you up there, Greg.
Yeah, they got me on there. I've got 4 credits to my name, 3 under director James Balsamo and 1 under Debbie Sue Voorhees. So,
Let's see.
yeah, I'm in 13 fanboy. So, yep. They got me under, I think, huh?
Do you have a picture of?
No.
Let's see.
No, I don't. I think it was James Balsamo or Scotty McCoy. One of them did this up. And they got me listed as Python Gilbert Greg. And I'm like, that just looks awkward.
Python. I got to see this.
Yeah.
I got to pull you up. Oh, I found you.
Did you find me?
I found you. I did. I found you.
Yeah?
Hey.
What?
Let's see. I found you on IMDb.
Yeah, and I didn't put me there.
You didn't put you there?
Nope.
I found Gilbert Greg.
It should say Python Greg Gilbert, or Greg Python Gilbert, but
You can change that.
Huh?
You can change that, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten around to it, but yeah, they got. I'm a co-producer on 13 Fanboy, and that involves a lot of the Friday the 13th alumni. So I'm happy to.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not in it, but my picture's gonna be in it. So my picture's gonna be on a wall or a mantle or something in that movie. So I'll be seen as far as that goes. But I'm a co-producer on that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm associate producer on Cool as Hell 2, It Wants Blood, and Catch of the Day 2, You Die at Dawn, directed by James Balsamo. All I had to do was shoot scenes on my phone and send it to him. And
Really?
all 3 scenes are the same. It's just me sitting at my sister-in-law's computer ranting. My brother Andrew filmed it. Yeah. Yep. But It Wants Blood I'm definitely interested in because my scenes are going to be watched by Eric Roberts. And I'm kind of like, man, I didn't even have to leave Fredericton to be in a scene with Eric Roberts.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to work with Eric Roberts. Yeah.
You know who he is. I don't know how many people here don't know who he is.
Are you serious?
Yes. Fredericton's so backwards. Yep. But I mean, I've got some in Cool as Hell 2. I mean, I got some good. I'm in good company. I mean, we have Linnea Quigley in that. Michael Berryman's in that. I believe Tuesday Night is in that. So is Debbie Rochon. All kinds of people. So.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So.
Well, that's good, Greg.
Yep. Now with I Want Blood, that's got Eric Roberts. It's got Ula Ray, who was Michael Jackson's girlfriend in Thriller. Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp. And Tuesday Night is in this one. I'm in 2 movies with Tuesday Night, and we never ever met.
Oh, isn't that something?
Yep.
Yeah. The very first film I ever did, a lot of the ones that I would have loved to have been on set with, we was not together, but we was in the same movie. So yeah.
Like who?
Let's see, Brian T.
Okay.
Let's see, what's his name? He is the greatest American hero.
Oh, William Catt?
That's him. And Harrison Page. And
I've interviewed Harrison Page.
yeah, and
Harrison Page was in Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It was.
Yep. So what movie were you in with Harrison Page?
Deadland.
Deadland.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to work right with him, huh?
Not directly, no. My scene was shot in Georgia, so I'm not sure if his part was filmed in Georgia or not, but anyway, it was on a different day. So I had missed hanging out with all of them. That had been really neat, especially on the first film or whatever I got to do.
Okay. So
I didn't get to. That was kind of disappointing when I found out that who all was in it, and I was like, oh wow, because I loved The Greatest American Hero. My brother and I used to watch it when it come on, and see, we only had 3 channels when it was coming up on TV to watch. So anyway, when it came on, but we was always there to watch it.
So what did you do with William Catt?
Huh?
What movie
Say
did
again?
What movie did you do with William Catt?
Oh, he was in Deadland.
I don't see a Deadland listed here on your IMDb.
No, I didn't get a credit for it, but I was in it.
Okay.
If you'll look, it's in my bio.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, because now what is Skye? Because I see you listed as Lesa Johnson in some place, Lesa. Where did Skye come from?
Skye is my middle name.
Okay.
So, a lot of people call me Lesa, and a lot of people call me Skye. But when we did the page, I really should have put my name as Skye L. Johnson, but I put it in wrong when I first did it, so I had to correct it.
So how do you prefer it?
Skye.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I saw Oculus when it was in theaters, and definitely chilling. And I remember you in that, coming out of that. What do your kids think about that?
They get it. They're like, Mom, which they're grown, but they don't. They're like, why don't you have to do that? So anyway, they did watch me in Traces of Indignity, and they were actually watching it. And I heard. Next thing I know, I'm hearing my voice through the house, and I didn't realize they was watching the movie, and I was following my voice. I was like, "Good Lord, that's my voice. What's going on?" And they was watching my part because I played as the chief of police in Traces.
Okay.
So, yeah, and they was watching it, but they like to make fun of me, like how ugly I was in Oculus and and everything, and my son especially.
Now, why would he do a thing like that?
No, because he just loves me so much with all his heart. I swear, if he didn't pick on me, I would worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be able to laugh with them. It really is. It's good to be able to laugh and pick on each other and make fun of each other without taking it personal.
So, talk about working on Traces of Indignity. What was it like playing? Did you say you played a cop in that?
Yeah, police chief.
Okay, talk about that.
I was the boss. I love being the boss, which I am bossy anyway, a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I I like being the boss. It was actually fun. And the gentleman that's in the scene with me, he is in real life. He is actually was a guard, security guard or something. I can't remember, but he was familiar with the police force, so it was actually fun. I really enjoyed being bossy and pretending like I know it all, or you need to do this, go do that, or check this person out, go talk to this person, go get the video to the area that the victim was found. It was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I really did. That was fun.
And you were part of a TV series, Crescent City Origins. I don't know that.
It was supposed to. It says it reads on their TV series, but I think it went straight to YouTube instead.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know anything about that. I don't even recognize any of the names in it. Okay.
Yeah, it was filmed in Florida. That was filmed in Florida.
Okay.
I did 2 films from the Crescent City Chronicles. One was The Red Siren. The other was Sanctuary. Sanctuary hasn't been posted yet on YouTube, but The Red Siren is.
What was that experience like?
Oh, I was a bad girl vampire hunter.
Okay.
Bad to the bone. Tough girl. Going after the bad people. Good versus evil kind of thing,
Would your son laugh at that?
He'll laugh at me at anything I do. It wouldn't matter. Mom, why'd you have to do that? Or why did you wear that? Or why did you do this? Why'd you do that? It wouldn't matter. It would not matter. He would find something. Yeah, that's him.
So Oculus is probably your most high-profile role you've done, right?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, you know what? It's nice to have a credit like that. To be frank,
Yeah, I know.
Because
yeah. I am actually so thankful that that I was in it. And I had the opportunity to be a part of a great cast of people.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. Because they were all good. And I really enjoyed working with them all. And the director was really nice. It was good to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping they would come back to Alabama and film some other movies. Maybe they will one day.
Yeah, I hope they do a sequel to Oculus and solve it. See, one of the things I liked about The Conjuring, is that it ended with good over evil. And again, I don't want to sound old-fashioned, but I really hate it when they have these, what I like to call cheat endings, And I never get that. Like I don't know. I've seen so many movies do this too, and it's almost like, well, we got to try to make a twist for the audience. It's great to make a twist for the audience, but don't make a twist and then cheat as well. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, anyway.
Yeah, it is different when you watch a movie and it ends, the evil wins.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing, I actually haven't seen The Conjuring. I
enjoyed The Conjuring. I hated Annabelle, mind you, but I did enjoy The Conjuring. But anyway, and of course you appear in Footloose as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was I was in the bar scene, so
with Juliana Hough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were out on the floor dancing, and they had a group of people dancing in one scene, and then which I was pretending to be drinking and stuff at that time. And then later I was on the floor I think she was still out there. Yeah, she was still out there, and I think I was at the bar getting shots, pretending to get shots. So,
Okay.
it was fun.
Yeah?
It was fun. Yeah, that was a long shoot day. I mean, early morning, late at night.
Well, yeah.
But it was good, and we had there was a lot of people there. You got to think a lot of different scenes and a lot of people to get in there. So it was a long day, but it's interesting how it turns out. What is actually in and what's not.
Yeah. So, was that the only scene you was in? Because I haven't seen the Footloose remake.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, I might have asked you this before, but I know it's been 2 or 3 years since I've done the interview with you. But no, it was 2 years ago I did the interview with you. I was wondering what your memories of Juliana Hough was.
She's a very good dancer.
Well, yeah.
She was very very nice person. I didn't get to speak to her, but I was hanging around, and she was very good, nice, and I would like to have spoke to her.
Did you see her in Rock of Ages? Because that's what I loved her in.
No, I haven't. I have not seen that.
Love that movie. Yeah, that's.
I need to get caught up on some of these films.
Yep.
I need to sit down and binge watch these movies.
Yep. I think you should sit down and watch your stuff with your kids and videotape their reactions to you.
I need to do that, and I'll send it to you. And I won't let them know I'm doing it, because if I do, they're not going to do anything. But just to hear my son's mouth go off is just like, really? You kidding me, right? You just seen your mom in a movie, and you're going to say that? Come on. Where's the love? Where's the love?
Yeah. No, did you see the original Footloose with Kevin Bacon?
Of course I have. Of course.
You know what? I've never been a huge fan of Footloose. I found there was way too many cliches, way too many stereotypes. And I don't know. Like, I mean, I like the song Footloose, but I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. Like, to me, Footloose is not Saturday Night Fever. No.
I remember finally getting to watch it. Somebody had, I was at a friend's house. We actually got to watch it.
Did they live off the paved road?
They sure did.
Okay.
They lived off the paved road. They lived off the paved road before there was no street lights. And if you wanted to go outside, you had to use flashlight. If the moon was not out, so.
Yeah. I'm glad you got a sense of humor about this, because every time we talk on the phone, you're the only one I know has got that accent. And you mentioned you were from Alabama. I just thought, Jeff Foxworthy.
A Southern girl.
So what projects do you have coming up? I think you had mentioned to me you're writing some screenplays. You care to share anything about that?
Well, only thing I can say is I've got a couple of films coming up with writer-director Eric Hughes. He's from Georgia.
Okay.
And so, I've got a couple of screenplays to write. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Are you writing roles for?
I'm not sure.
Are you writing roles for Annalise?
No.
You're not good.
I wish it was. Wish it was. wish I was writing a role for her and me together. But
I could think of that screenplay. Well, what else can you share?
That part.
Yeah. What else can you share about this?
But basically, I think that's about it. It's in the works.
Okay. What else is there?
That's all I can say.
Oh.
That's all they told me I could say.
Okay, so this is being made now, is it? Is it in post-production yet? Besides the
We
screen?
haven't started yet.
Oh.
We have not started yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this
So
Eric...
everything's like new.
Okay. So this Eric Hughes is going to direct it?
Yeah, yes.
I love that. Yeah.
He also wrote it.
Yeah?
Hmm.
I love that. Yeah. You know what? You do know what Jeff Foxworthy said. He's...
What?
Y'all...
There is no telling what he said. What did he say?
He said Ewans means that's y'all plus 3.
Yeah, I've heard that. I heard him say that. Ewans.
Yep.
Y'all plus 3.
Yep. I'm thinking what else this guy did. Oh, Eric Hughes, Raise the Titanic, Against All Odds, White Knights. Well, Against All Odds, I didn't see that. That actually, I did read the synopsis of that. It actually does sound kind of interesting. Okay, so that's who you're working with.
I think it's a different Eric Hughes we're talking about.
Well, the only other one that's showing up here is a mathematician. And I don't think he's.
Okay, let's see. Well, when I pulled up Eric Hughes, that's not him.
No.
No, the
You're not.
one
You're
that I'm looking at on IMDb that's not him.
You're not working with a mathematician.
No.
No, you're not.
Not working with that one either.
You only got 6 photos on IMDb. You need to get more pictures on there.
Oh no, I sure do. I definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
When we start filming, the 2 films that 2 projects I got coming up, definitely need to get some pictures up and some videos.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at your bio. Deadland is mentioned on there. Why would it be mentioned on there but not mentioned in your database?
Well, they didn't give me a credit for it when I did it, and then when I got my first credit ever on IMDb, I added it.
Okay.
Because it's my very first film ever, so it's kind of like sentimental thing.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It'd be nice to actually work with them again.
Sure. Okay. So anything else coming up that you want to talk about?
Well, that's really about it. I got those 2 films coming up,
Okay.
a couple of screenplays to write, and I actually wrote my very first one this week. And
Talk about the process of writing a screenplay.
wow, if you're writing it's almost like if you're writing a screenplay from something that's been written, it's like breaking it down,
Okay.
dissecting the story, and reformatting the story into something else. And that's fine. The movie is always different than the book,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you have to make changes, and you have to really go and dissect it. I say dissect, and break it down to how it should, the most important, and what shouldn't be. And then there's some things that you, well, that needs to be there because this comes up later. So
Okay.
anyway, it's very. I actually like it. It's not that hard. To me, it's not. But the one that I did this week, I had to actually create my own story from thin air, and that was like my first time writing one from air. And I say air. And really, I was pulling from air for an idea. I was like, oh, my goodness, how can I do this? And wanted it in, like, this amount of time, so I actually got it done.
Okay. Did you have to, like, read any books or anything like that to study how to do a screenplay? I've never written a screenplay before, but I know the process is different than just writing a regular story.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely different because you're like giving direction and explaining what needs to be done, or setting a visual, trying the person that's reading the script, giving them a visual of what needs to be done and what how the story should go. Now, if you take like I said, a book and you put it into a screenplay, it's easy, or it's easy. It's not that hard, but when you go to pull story from thin air, like I did this week for the first time ever, that was wow. I changed it and I changed it and I changed it. But you have to really. There's a lot of direction, and they need to know what they're doing, and if it's for day, night. It's just the formatting. It's all about formatting and instruction, direction.
Okay. You go write a screenplay for you and Annalise.
Am I going to?
Yeah.
Hey, I would definitely sit down and write the screenplay if it's good enough for someone to make a film of it. Yeah, I definitely would do that. I'll have to sit down and get some ideas, huh? You got me thinking now. You got me thinking.
Poor Annalise doesn't even know she's being talked about. Poor girl.
I bet her ears are burning.
No. Anyway, yeah. Well, it was great to have you on again here tonight, and it's nice to keep in touch with you, and
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I've had you on twice. I had you on with Jim Valenti before, and I had you on a couple of years ago as a solo, and here you are here again, your second solo interview, and hey, that's moment I checked in with you. I was like, it's the first time we talked on the phone in a while. So again, any listeners out there that are sensitive, I'm not picking on the redneck community here.
No, he's not.
Nope. Skye here knows. Yeah, Skye is. I would do this if I thought she'd be offended.
Not at all.
Nope.
He would not do that.
Nope, not at all. Although we gotta say a special thanks and acknowledgement to Jeff Foxworthy, because after all, those are all his redneck jokes. I can't take claim for any of that. He did help. Yes, and Jeff Foxworthy is responsible for finally having convicted. What word am I looking for? We finally realize you're redneck. Let's face it.
You're a redneck.
Yep, you're redneck.
Yeah, I knew I was a redneck.
Yep, and you hesitated on a lot of those ones. Even the ones you said no to, you were hesitating. So,
I'm thinking present, then I'm thinking past, and I'm like, what does it fit? Does it fit for present? Does that fit for past? Oh, God.
And then when you tell me you had a hole in your ceiling, I'm like, okay, something's up.
Yeah. Think so, true, Liam, but you know.
So special acknowledgments to Jeff Foxworthy. We're not stealing his material.
Exactly.
Yep. We're just trying to. We're doing like a lie detector test. Only this is a redneck detector test.
I know, right?
Yes, and it went way off the board on you.
Very good way to put it.
It went way off the board. Those squiggly lines on you.
Yeah, well, definitely.
There you go. Well, good luck on your screenplays, and we hope to see you in some more movies. Hopefully, I don't know how many film companies come in your area, but you've had a couple of notable films in there, so that's always good to have something that has got some attention, and knowing that you're part of it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to what's coming up.
Yep.
I really am. I'm excited. Very, very excited.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we are going to tie things off here, and because I need for you to go back and fix your roof.
Thank you. Natural sunlight.
Natural sunlight. You should put one of those windows up there.
Go crap. What is it? Skylight.
Put a skylight up in there. There you go.
Yeah, I just might as well put one of them in.
There you
fix
go.
The roof.
Well, Skye, thank you for coming on here tonight. And I thought before you go, I'm going to get you to do a plug for my show.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go for it.
This is Skye Johnson, and thank you for listening to my interview with Greg Gilbert on Python Radio.
There you go. And again, we have to acknowledge Mr. Jeff Foxworthy, because now you've learned something about yourself tonight.
I have.
You're going to have to accept it. Now, whether your kids will admit that they're rednecks, that's another thing.
I have to break the news to them. I should video my son while I do it.
I think it's fun how your son picks on you.
Yeah, he does. My daughter does too, but he's awful. His is constant.
Well, at least you've got a good relationship with them. I think that's great, and
It is. It really is.
And I'm poking and prodding just out of fun. I certainly would not do it out of cruelty.
Oh,
so,
I know.
yeah. Well, I know you would.
You
There's some people that might be sensitive on that stuff. So I'm just laying that out there. But but when you get any of these projects up and going, maybe next year or so, have you back on and see how you're going with them.
Oh, good. That sounds good.
That sounds like a good idea.
Maybe there'll be some more stuff coming, and we'll be on sooner. That'd be great.
That would be great. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I bid you a good evening there in Alabama.
In Alabama.
In Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. And
Roll Tide.
what's that?
Roll Tide.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm a fan. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Anyway, Skye, it was great talking to you tonight. It's always fun to. I like hearing the accent. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the accent.
Oh, I'm glad you do.
Yeah, I get a kick out of it. Anyway, I'm going to bid you a good evening and let you get back to patching up your roof. I think you should call your son and daughter to help you do this.
Oh, I probably will. My son, yeah, definitely.
Why not your daughter? Is she not very good in handiwork?
Oh yes, she is. She is. But she's got her own little family, and so
Excuses.
anyway, I know excuses. There's always an excuse, isn't there?
Oh, well. Anyway,
Thank you, Greg.
it's
been great. I've enjoyed this. This was fun.
I always enjoy talking to you. I always have a good laugh when I'm chatting with you. So,
I do too.
yep. So I bid you a good night again, and you take care of yourself and get your house repaired.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.